Hey everyone, welcome back to another Diablo 4 video. I'm going to go over a build that involves minions with corpse explosion. This has been a build I've been running since level 1 all the way to level 25. And this has just been such a fun and overpowered build. It's insane how strong this build is. So just a full disclosure, just to make sure everyone knows that this is still just the beta, so the level cap is 25, so a lot of stuff that's going on, it could change later on upon release. And not just that, but as far as gear, I don't worry about any types of legendary or anything, because if you think about once the full release happens, we're not going to stop at 25. So at some point, any gear that you equip will be replaced at some point as you level to the max level once we get the full release. But either way, this is a fun build. I figured I'd share it to see if anyone else would get some inspiration from it, have fun with it, or if you're thinking of leveling up a Necromancer, this is pretty much the build I did it, and it was very quick and effortless. So the main thing with this build, honestly, is your minions and corpse explosion. Those are the main things with this build that makes it work. All the other stuff is good bonus. So I'm going to go over the skill tree that I used. Now keep in mind, as I go over this, you could always make your own little touches to make it suitable to your preference. I'm just explaining what worked for me and what I had fun doing. So for primary skill, I used Decompose, just left it rank 1 of 5. Then I did Enhanced Decompose, Acolytes Decompose. Then for my core skill, I used Sever, Enhanced Sever, and Supernatural Sever. Then for the corpse, I did Corpse Explosion. It's 1 of 5, Enhanced Corpse Explosion, and Played Corpse Explosion. Then I leveled Grim Harvest to give you more essence, and then Field by Death, pretty much increase more damage after you consume corpses. Then for curses, I used Decrepify, Enhanced Decrepify, and Abhorrent Decrepify. So this pretty much helps with cooldown mitigation and allows you to stun enemies while applying that curse. And yeah, they deal less damage to you, so it kind of helps with you. It kind of helps with your survivability. Then I have Death's Embrace. I ranked this up to rank 3. So close enemies take 6% more damage from you and deal 9% less damage to you. So damage increase and you take less damage. Then I have Skeletal Mage Mastery. Increase the damage and life of your skeletal mages by 45%. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention up here I used the Skeletal Warrior Mastery rank 3 of 3 to increase the Skeletal Warrior's damage and life. Alright, and then back down. For here, I use for the Corpse and Macabre, I use Corpse Tendrils. This is mainly, I found this very helpful as far as group pulling enemies, stunning them, and with these, they apply a vulnerable effect on them. So I purposely chose not to go with an ultimate for this build. I messed around with Army of the Dead. It was fun. The only thing I don't like is a long cooldown. I found out that it's more beneficial dealing with an 11-second cooldown that helps pull enemies, make them vulnerable, than it was running an ultimate. So you can leave that up to yourself to run with, but obviously as you do the leveling process, doing this won't be available to roughly like around level 23. So, but again, like I said, just having the corpse explosion and your skeletons, that alone is what's going to carry you through the level grind. Now, something to also keep in mind with the Necromancer is the Book of the Dead. So the way I had it, I had my skirmishers and I had this check marked for you raise 1 additional skirmish warrior. So that's why you see all my warriors. I have so many of them. And then skeletal mages, shadow. I just unlocked bone earlier. I honestly didn't mess around with it. I just left it at this just because I like the 6th attack. I didn't even look into the others. So feel free to play around with that however you like. This is just what I've been running and what's been working for me. Alright, so as far as running the build, if you don't have essence, obviously your generator is your left click, which is the decompose. And then you have your sever. But I noticed I hardly ever even use the sever because my minions do everything. And other than that, I'm using my corpse explosion. So essentially, I apply my decrepify along the area. My minions will kill things. I'll channel my essence. I'll use my right click. for my sever. And then the first corpse I see that drops, I use my corpse tendril, because you need to keep in mind, in order to use this, there needs to be a corpse. And once you see the first corpse, do this move, and then it will pull everything in, make them vulnerable, and stun them so long as you have the nodes unlocked. Then once they're all together, I spam corpse explosion and everything dies. Now, as far as playstyle, it's up to you really. You can play this build from afar, or you can go right into everything. I personally always have the mistake of getting up and close to the enemies, because generally I usually play melee classes, so that's usually my biggest weakness. When I play ranged classes, I tend to always go right into the mobs. So yeah, that's the build overview. And then I'm going to show some gameplay as far as how I utilize the build. But yeah, if this helped, please like and subscribe. So let's get a nice pack. Okay, that's decent. So decarpify, I see a corpse. I spawn my tendrils, see how they're vulnerable, and corpse explosion, they all just die. And now it's back up again, the corpse tendrils. So decarpify, I see a corpse, did my tendril. And my tendril's almost back up already. Use my tendril. See, everything just gets deleted. Oh no, I got feared. But yeah, the AoE clear is ridiculous. See, just corpse explosion on everything. But yeah, that's the way I synergize the build. Again, you could choose to run ultimate if you'd like. I personally chose not to, because I just felt there's more utility in having this corpse tendril. And yeah, that's all there is to it. So again, if you enjoyed this video, if this helped you at all, inspired you at all, please consider liking and subscribing. I'll be doing more Diablo related content. Thank you for watching.